See that? That says 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Where I live, that's pretty dang cold. For me, that's especially cold. And we don't have this temperatures very often. And when we do, it's usually about a week or two is all. So I'm gonna make the most of it. Well, I'm gonna make something of it anyway. Gotta make hay while the sun don't shine. Hey folks, thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel, where I'm exploring life free from the shackles of society. Life is a lot more fun over on the wild side. Darn roosters. This right here is my favorite place to be. Sitting next to the fire, preferably with a donut and coffee in my hand. I recently learned how to make donuts, so I've been doing a lot of those. So I don't do well in the cold. It's been a few years now that I've been slowly working on it. Well, the temperatures here have been pretty cold for my area. As a result, I end up sitting by the fire a lot. But I've been wanting to be more productive. So I've been trying to address the cold conditioning, and I've been doing a lot better at it. I've been wearing just a shirt. I'm not wearing anything under this. To do my chores, I go out and feed the horses and cut firewood. I even have to wash my hands outside. So all of that stuff kind of helps to see how cold I can stand and how long I can stand it, and how much activity warms me up. Like I get downright hot cutting firewood. So that leads to taking advantage of this cold weather. This is how it goes. So I'm headed out into the cold. I'm leaving my horses behind. I think you can see them. So we're going to follow up this draw a little bit, and it goes around a hill and then down into another draw where there's a spring. Here's some tracks. Looks like elk tracks, but that's not a big deal. We get elk through here quite a bit. The dogs are excited. We haven't been doing any walking lately. So the idea that I'm going after is a lot of it's psychological. To get myself away from my fire and have a goal of cooking some bread and heating up some coffee. So by creating that, then I have the requirement that I can't go warm up, and I have to be out here until I get something done. This is about meeting myself where I'm at and progressing further. This isn't my end goal. Basically, I want to be able to go out at any weather around in my area, and then who knows, maybe I'll go farther after that. So this is just kind of a baby step. And now I was headed to a spring nearby, but there's guys target practicing, and they don't know I'm coming. So I don't know which direction they're shooting. So that kind of sucks. I wanted to get good distance between me and the house. So instead, I'm gonna just stop here in the draw eventually, where I still feel like I've got a good barrier between me and them. My clothing isn't anything hardcore. It's just kind of regular winter clothing for a lot of people. This really shouldn't be a problem. This whole trip, my coat collar was screwed up. I guess it was destined to fail from the beginning. So now I'm looking for a place to have a fire. I suspect any moment now I'll find either a large sagebrush where it's got an overhang, or another rock overhang where it'll be easy to hit the ground. I'm sweating now. It's kind of getting dangerous. Then I'm sweating, so I might need to take my coat off and practice good safety even if I'm not in a dangerous situation. And then see how long I stay warm in the time of not moving to having a fire going. So, all right, I'll find something soon. These rocks are exposed. Maybe I'll try this. Oh yeah, this is great. Plenty of tinder for fire starting. Nice and dry. So I got my small stuff and some good dry bigger stuff. Got my flint and steel in this bag and my food and coffee in that bag. I've been finding out on the bushcraft boards and Reddit and stuff, people don't like flint and steel. I think that's a shame because I absolutely love it. I find it extremely reliable since I know my environment. I've also discovered lately that petrified wood functions really well as a flint. I find it a lot. So that's kind of exciting. That means as long as I got steel and char cloth, then I could conceivably be in business. And yeah, char cloth is kind of the downer about flint and steel. But it works as long as you know what you're doing. So to me, it's fun, it's reliable, and it's rewarding. Even if you don't want to use it, it's kind of a cool one to learn and to know. Confidence builder. I also do it because it's historical. Otherwise, ferro rods just make a ton of sense. I don't like to overwork my tinder. I like to get just a few fine threads in the middle because that makes the outside more coarse. And, you know, you go from fine, coarser, coarser, coarser. So then we're right within my tinder bundle. I've already got some coarse stuff that'll graduate into this level easily. So I'm about 2/3 of a mile from home. No big deal. I think mission is being accomplished here. Ha! I said it works great. Maybe I've worn it out. Oh, I think this steel. I brought the wrong striker. I brought the lightest weight one I've got. Well, an excellent lesson. I grabbed the wrong stupid steel. In about 20 minutes of trying, I saw 2 tiny sparks in the whole time. So this stupid thing, I messaged a friend to get his opinion, and he thinks it's probably not tempered correctly. So I'll throw it in the coals and temper it. But for now, looks like I got to give this up. As frustrating as that is, you know, that's perfect because here I am in a safe location on a good cold day to experiment and learn. So it didn't go the way I wanted it to, but it went the best way it could have. I cannot take this for granted. So I learned more about strikers that I should have known, and now I won't make that mistake in the future, and that means I am better prepared. So looks like me and the dogs are going to head on home. And we got some nice sunshine to do that in. I even tried striking with my fork. Hey dogs, let's go. Come on. I don't really have time to go back and get another striker and come back because it gets dark pretty early. So I got to start getting things ready. I could come out tonight, but it's too dark to film. Or I can come back out tomorrow. It's not supposed to be as cold, but you know, I just did this without the benefit of warming up with a fire. And I should have had a fire going and warming me up by now, or a long time ago, and I didn't. And so this is kind of tougher cold test than it would have been otherwise. So maybe I'll just come back out tomorrow and finish it. We'll see. So I lost a mitten. I had to go all the way back and found out that I was pretty chilled actually. So after about 40 minutes of sitting still, I got pretty chilled. My hands were cold, my face is cold, my body's kind of cold. So I'm not saying that I'm shivering or anything, just great to recognize what kind of time frames I've got. So I really thought this was just going to be a simple, straightforward exercise, but turns out I'm learning some serious lessons. I'm going to retemper that steel. I'm going to come back out, not tonight, but I'll come back out and get that fire started, cook the bread, and make coffee. Sure beautiful out. Well, I got what I wanted. I met the cold head on its terms and found out I was ill-equipped for it. Now I'm back here by my fire having an undeserved homemade donut and hot tea. So I'm going to retemper that steel like my friend told me, and if I get sparks, I'm going to go back tomorrow and finish this out. I really didn't expect this. This doesn't feel right. But you know, you got to be humbled to learn these lessons, and then that's part of growing. Cold isn't my thing, so I'm enjoying this challenge, and I'm just glad that I'm learning it in a safe manner rather than being out there you know, where I can't get back. So I'm thawing out. I didn't warm up. I forgot that on my way out there I was warm from being inside, and so by the time I got there I was sweating. But after spending about 45 minutes of being still and trying to get that flint and steel figured out, I got pretty chilled, and chilled to the point where even hiking back home didn't warm me up. Maybe had I been more active, like gathering firewood or something, using my body, then probably would have warmed up. Because I can get cold and go chop firewood, definitely warm up. So anyway, I'm going to do my chores here and feel pretty lowly tonight, and I'll see if I can get back at it tomorrow. At least my animals don't know what's going on. They still think I'm great. Well, there it is. Here's what a goat does when it doesn't want to go outside. Come on. Doggone it. Of course she doesn't do it when I want her to. Okay, so let's give the tempered striker a test. Nothing. And here's another striker just to show that it does work. Woo-wee. So, plenty of sparks off of this one. Not great, but still plenty of sparks. This one's still not doing it. That doesn't mean that my friend is wrong. It could mean that I didn't temper it correctly. I believe I did it the way he said, but who knows. So anyway, you know, it's still good lessons to learn, even if that's not the problem. I've got more knowledge now about strikers, and in a couple of months, I'll be buying a few more, and I'll know more what to look for. So, I got my bag set up, and I'm doing something a little different today. I decided to see if I could fit it all in my little shooting bag. So by putting the cup around the straps as I did, then the cup doesn't have to fit inside. And I've got my fork for mixing, a bag of flour, salt, and I've got a bag of coffee beans. So that's pretty good, carrying that, and I could get a smaller cup, and actually a smaller cup would fit the stuff in it and fit in here, and then a gun on and a knife, and that's a pretty decent survival kit if I get separated from my horses in the future. That's one of the goals with this bag, is creating a survival kit for getting, if my horses run off without me. You know, that's enough to survive for a couple days. I'm gonna try that. What didn't fit in there is my oil can. It's still not thawed out, so I gotta keep this inside next to my body like that, so that it might be usable by the time I get there. You still might see this bag in the background because I'm going to throw my drone in it and get some footage, but just know that there's nothing pertaining to the actual exercise in this. So here we go. Here's part 2, all lessons learned, hopefully. And maybe this time it'll all go well. It's a little warmer than yesterday. It was about 12 yesterday. Today's about 16. It's just a whole lot sunnier, which is funny that things are melting. So here I go on attempt number 2. I think I heard a goat. Yep. Sounds like the goats are coming. I tried to leave them behind because I don't know how they like the cold. Where's the goats? Well, I think they're back there. All right, here we are at yesterday's camp. My tender buttle's sitting right where it was. We didn't have any wind. We're really fortunate lately that we have cold weather and no wind. Cold. Downright hot getting here. I'm sweaty. If I was close to stopping and taking my coat off. All right, collected some snow in advance to melt down for cooking, and now my hand's wet. I got my petrified wood from yesterday, and I got a new striker. So let's see. Oh, and we got a little breeze from behind, so that's nice. I only have one cup, and I usually use that for mixing up my bread. So I guess I'll try mixing it up in here. Maybe I can even mix the oil up in here. Speaking of oil, let's see if it's liquefied. Feels kind of like it might be. Yes, it is. Hot dog. Well, I went and added too much water, so it's more like pancakes. So what I tried, I grabbed a flat rock and I'm heating it up. I'm going to try to pour like pancakes onto that flat rock. So we'll see how that goes. And then another challenge with snow I'm discovering is it melts and gets your clothes wet. I mean, obviously, but discovering it's a little bit of a challenge here to sit where I don't get sit on snow. Lots of challenges here to deal with, but that's why we practice. figure out a method for, whoa, crap. That was a rock. Meanwhile, grinding my coffee beans in the bag. I don't like cooking on rocks. Maybe I will when I get better at it. Everybody talks like it's so easy. Oh, get a flat rock. Oh, somebody just did say that the other day. So here's the latest. I've got some bread pieces here that I cooked on one rock. Took it apart, but that's not bad, about 6 or 7 pieces. Could have been way worse. Got a lot of coffee grounds in here. It's gonna be nice, strong coffee. I managed to find the most annoying wood possible for firewood. It pops constantly. Now I got a hole in my shirt and a small hole in my trousers. And who knows where else that I haven't found yet. So, this is a different kind of shrub. It acts like hawthorn, but I thought I got it off a shrub. It's cold out, but don't quite need my coat yet. Probably would if I didn't have the fire. And it's slightly snowing, so that's cool. Sunshine and snow. I don't even see clouds, for crying out loud. Huh. So that's what's going on. I wouldn't say this is a fun time as far as all that goes, but it's a good learning time. That's both shizzles. Oh, also the firewood won't keep burning either. Finally, rolling boil. Looks like I'm gonna have to scrape it off the rock. I didn't think until later to put oil on the rock. I'd like to try that, but I'm out of out of batter. Daggone it. Oh well. I think I got enough coffee to make it strong. Yeah, definitely colder when this fire goes out. So that trip was not by any means the way I expected it to go. But it went the best it could. I think I gained a very healthy respect for the cold, because even though I can operate around here for fairly long amounts of time outside, sitting by that little fire for 45 minutes or however long it was, I got pretty cold. And I didn't warm up walking back. So that's significant. Usually if I leave from the house being warm, I can stay warm walking. So that's all good to know. So I came away with a good, healthy respect for it. And definitely underdressed. Got to figure out a way to not sit on snow. That's a big one. I think if I can help it, just anytime going out in snow is going to require a few more essentials, like a tarp and maybe a little shovel would go a long way. So now, since that little trip that I did, we've received almost 2 feet of snow out here. So hopefully I've got some snow camping coming up. We got a real snowfall. So if the cold weather holds out and it doesn't melt, I'll be able to get out and do some cool stuff. And folks, I am pretty active on Facebook, try to be active on Instagram. So if you want to follow me there through the week, go ahead and send me a friend request and follow. The links for both of those are in the description. If you send me a Facebook request, it helps. A lot of people have like their whole profile private, and so it's hard to tell a scammer from a genuine profile sometimes. So if you send me a message just saying, hey, I saw your YouTube, wanted to friend you, something like that, that would help save me some time. Maybe this year I'll actually get out on a whole lot more camping trips. Been really racking my brain how I can make that happen. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing and all the positive feedback. Appreciate that. And the critique. I don't mind that too. Keep them coming. If you see ideas or things that you think I could have done better, I welcome all those kinds of comments. I think we all grow from each other that way. So thanks, folks. I'll see you next time around. No, I don't want to get up. Doggone it.